Hi, it's Claire, your intuitive reader. Am I reading your story? Let's find out. Welcome. Whether you're new or returning, it's really great to see you. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share if you feel inclined. It really helps. And let's get into it. Please stay for the whole story because it kind of changes the feel because I'm picking up on your energy, and so therefore I'm telling a story about it. And I might not have gotten to you yet. Ace of Cups, new opportunity, and a cup overflowing. This isn't the first cup I've gotten today from my prep readings. Queen of Wands. Oh, and I love that there's this black cat here that's showing intuition, passion, fire, really being connected to your intuition. Oh, and there's some lions right here, so there's a lot of fire, feline energy. And then having the dove here, it's a lot of emotional truth, nurturing, loving feelings here. Let's see. Oh, the Magician. Wow. You guys get great cards. Like, even if I'm not in the greatest mood, I clear my energy, I clear the space, and then I just tap into you guys. It's like, so you got the Ace of Cups. That's a 1. That's the life path 1. That's like going forward. That's momentum. That's a new journey, a new venture. And having the Queen of Cups come out before that, it's like you're manifesting and creating from a very nurturing and loving and sensible place. All this energy is really great. I want to see what some signs we might be getting. I got these cool new cards. Okay, we might be dealing with a Gemini or something that happens during Gemini season, or you might be a Gemini or have a major Gemini placement. So in this card is about big ideas. So again, we were talking about that this is a big idea, that this is a big venture. Okay, let's see if there's any other signs we're dealing with. They don't come out. Oh, Capricorn. We also might be dealing with a Capricorn or an earth sign. So we might be dealing with an air sign or an earth sign, or you might be these. Accomplishment. So we're talking big ideas and accomplishment. And we have the Magician, the Ace of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. So that is like, I'm definitely picking up on that there's a big idea, something that is like really going to be successful. And since it's new, there's still all that excitement behind it, and but you have to remember that you're going to have to stay the course. You're gonna have to stay passionate about this. It's going to take staying power. Like, at first, when we get ideas and go on new adventures or even have new relationships, we put all this in, the cups flowing over and over. But as time goes on, sometimes we forget that needs nurturing, that needs stoking the flames, that needs fire. It doesn't just come naturally anymore, and that's okay. It's not that the venture or relationship should be ended. It's more that we have to remember that it takes work, because honestly, to be the Magician, you have to put work into it. I think people forget that alchemy means to actually work. Like, to be an alchemist, they have to do a lot. They have to be in the heat. They have to forge it. They have to get rid of all the impurities so that it's at its most pure form. And it could be teeny tiny, but it took years. I mean, some people spend their whole life alchemizing one thing, and they never perfect it, because once you get to the perfect, it's no longer, that's not real. I mean, there is no perfect, so you have to really focus on that. Okay, so we got the 10 of Swords. I was kind of getting that feeling that there might be something going on here. Let's clarify the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords, I have been getting a lot of hourglasses, and I realized that also moth shapes that kind of, and butterflies that look like hourglasses on their sides. So about time and about metamorphosis and about the pain it took to metamorphosize. So we clarified the Ten of Swords by the Eight of Cups. And this is moving away from things that no longer serve you emotionally. So what I take this is you are showing up as the Ace of Cups, which is great. You have this enthusiasm. You're giving and you're giving and you're giving. You also have passion and, you know, nurturing and just a very passionate, warm personality and way of giving to people in your life. That creates, you know, alchemy in you because you are using the water and the fire to work together. Instead of putting one out, you're working with them and creating a balanced experience. But you've experienced a lot of pain and heartache. People have said things about you. This journey of how you are, your ideas, they might not approve or they might not think they are the greatest ideas. And this has hurt you. This has wounded you to the point of an end. The Ten of Swords is an end. It's a finite death. There's nothing further. But you are seeing that in order to get to the place of the magician, in order to understand that, you know, what your new idea was, that you had to go through this ego death, because this, you know, the swords is like slander. It's like saying things about you. It's like, it can be really awful slander. It can be illegal. But attaching yourself to these ideas of what someone thinks about you, almost losing yourself to what others think of you, because it's just overwhelming. Like one person after the other, you may be getting to the point where you're like feeling very down. Like, well, you know, if this many people stab me in the back, there must be some truth to that. But the good thing is you're moving away from that idea. You're going, no. And I really think this is cool. So, we are actually going to have a mini second moon for a few months in our atmosphere. It will be on the same trajectory of our moon. And so it will not, you know, there's no danger of it hitting us, but it will just go around in the same orbit. So this is kind of this saying to me that this is going on right now. That, you know, I don't think we ever thought we'd have two moons. We can't really see it, but, you know, unless we use telescopes and stuff like that. But that, I don't think any of us thought that was going to happen. And so these new things that you're learning about yourself and your subconscious are leading you to leave and move away from these situations that have really hurt you, that have caused you to think of yourself as defeated versus as a magician. So let's get some more information. And the cool thing is too, we have the Eight of Cups, the Magician, which has a cup, and the Ace of Cups. So we have 10 cups, and 10 cups is complete emotional and spiritual fulfillment. So I think that, you know, the choices you've made are really freeing you from a situation and allowing you the opportunity to be the magician. You got the King of Swords with the Eight of Swords on top. So you now have gotten 2 eights. And to me, this is like, you're still feeling these moments of like surge, like an overflowing of excitement or motivation to do things. And then you end up, you know, getting stuck back here and regressing. And that's easy to do. Hey, look, a lot of people do that. But what they're asking you to do is, because the King of Swords here, he makes really clear decisions. The energy is very decisive. It's very analytical. And you instead of using the swords to beat yourself up, you're using them, these thought processes, to actually alchemize what you want. I mean, because the sword can also be used kind of like a magic wand, and you know, we have the it in the magician card as well. And here's the moon again, this subconscious. So the subconscious of what's going on here in your thoughts in your head are really, it's kind of like it keeps going back and forth. One minute you're feeling, you know, on fire and ready to go and clear on what you want to do, and really clear-headed and clear on your connection to the divine and your connection to everything, and that you are a magician. But you get stuck there. And I want to see how to help you. I want to see what might help here, because I'm feeling definitely that's probably your energy. And we want to get, you know, we did get the 10 of Swords to the 8 of Swords to the King of Swords. So it does show a progression that you are moving into this energy. And that's great. So how are you moving into this energy? I would like to find out. Let's try these cards to clarify how you're going to. Because, you know, it's great to be told what you're going through, but like how to possibly help. And this came in sideways. So, air, imagination. So I was just, yeah, we just got the, I was just talking about this sword energy, which is the air energy, and this is talking more about that it's in, you know, you got to get a hold of your imagination, because like, see, it's like he is kind of like this witch right here, but he's actually owning the air energy, owning his thoughts, really in control of them. And not control as like white knuckling, but actually knowing how to make clear decisions based on facts, not just overflowing emotions or turning your back on your emotions. You know, this is an energy of really alchemizing that. So taking control of your imagination, because if one minute you're feeling great, like on top of the world, and the next minute you're feeling like on the bottom of it, there is a good chance that you are in your imagination and you don't realize that you're actually, you know, still flying up, still going up. But your imagination has concocted, you know, it has gotten you stuck, and you don't realize that you're in your own prison in your head. And I think the only way to fix that is to make sure that you know, you're balanced, and you understand what direction you're going. Because like I said, if you're 1 minute okay and the next minute you're not, you might want to look at what's affecting you and whether it's actually, it's not like you're making it up, but people get PTSD and they forget that they're not actually in that state anymore. And they feel like, oh, you know, I'm back here. It's like, well, you can't be back there because you are in the now. And if you look around, you know, a good practice, and I'm not going to give you any advice. I'm not a professional in that way. But one thing that has always helped me, and I was talking to a friend and she brought it up too, is if you're feeling happy one moment and then really depressed the next, look around and name, you know, this many red things in the room, or this many blue things, or whatever, or, you know, 5. Or, you know, recite who you are. Say your name, say where you live, and you can say this in your head, but just keep stating facts that bring you back to the present. Because I do feel like this your energy is kind of erratic. And I feel like, you know, that kind of makes sense to me. It's like we've got this Capricorn energy, which is, it's, you know, this this earth energy and this feminine energy of creation. And then we have Gemini, which is an air sign, but it's also the twins. So it's like this dualistic energy. And I'm definitely getting that feeling. So like moving more into a grounded energy of remembering that your imagination can make anything you want, not just the happy things. Like, we don't think about that. We don't think that we want to take credit for alchemizing success. But we also, on the other side, if we're having a lot of negativity and hardships in our life, we are manifesting that as ourselves and alchemizing that. So we've got to remember it goes both ways. We have to take responsibility for our successes and our failures. And that's great, because it's like, if you take a big risk and you succeed, awesome. If you take a big risk and you fail, that's awesome too, because you learned from that and now you can soar higher. Like, in order to be an athlete, I'm sure people understand that you've got to fail over and over again. You know, scientists, they concoct experiments so they hope they fail so that they can keep trying, because as soon as you reach the answer, it's like, okay, that was interesting, so there's nothing more. There's always something more. So being afraid of failure, that is actually the gold. That's the narrowing down the essence of what you're doing to its core. And I just love that. I love that the Fool just flopped out right on top of the Magician. And, you know, that's what I'm talking about. It's like making sure that you are present enough to realize what is actually going on in the present moment versus what is going on in your head. Whether you're stuck or you're moving forward. Like, you have control of that, because that is what alchemy is. That is what manifestation is. It is the good and the bad. It is the failures and the successes. That's what it means to alchemize. So be aware of your feelings. Be aware of what you are manifesting, because being on the Fool's journey is a wonderful thing, except if you constantly lose track of where you are in the moment. Like, it can be really scary to be wandering around and then you're in the woods and you're like, oh, I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't paying attention to the present moment. The present is all we have. The past is something that comes up to sidetrack us from our progress. We fail, and then we get stuck. And the universe is like, move forward and use your imagination to manifest. Use your imagination for good. We were given insults and a hard time so much by so many people. Do we really need to do that to ourselves? So I really liked this reading. I wasn't sure what was going to come out because I've been feeling a little down. I got an interesting comment from someone. They're like, you know, why don't you try doing this and if you're going to give insensitive advice? And I was like, okay, I get you guys don't know me. But, you know, the only reason I can tell these stories with this kind of background is because I've gone through it. I've gone through a lot, and I felt so alone during so many times in my life that I got this calling to come and reach out to other people. And I just hope that when I come on here, that one person feels a little less alone, feels a little less misunderstood or a little less judged. And that to me is success. That we are all collective and that people believe that and know that they aren't alone. And it's a hard road. Being a human being is really hard, but it's also wonderful. It's like alchemizing. It's like manifesting. It's hard. It's brutal. It's heartbreaking. It's full of grief, but it's full also on the other end of the most beautiful moments, the most incredible moments that I could have ever imagined. And I'm sure you guys feel that way too. Sometimes we just need to remember. So, wow, that got a little deep. I guess, I do read you guys' comments, and they do, they mean a lot to me. This is a community. This isn't just me sitting here and going, oh, yes, I know this and that. I don't. I'm just a person. And I just felt like I needed to give something, and I hoped other people wanted it. And I've been seeing a great outpouring of support from all of you. I really appreciate it. And I hope you come back and listen to the story that I tell next time. So I love you guys. Mwah. And I'll see you soon, okay? Bye. Oh, like, subscribe, comment, share, and most importantly, come back. Bye.